Right, okay then. I am going to build the Infernus Marine Sergeants that you get with issue 5. Now, this is quite cool because it's an alternative sergeant for the Infernus Marines. Now, it says that it is a brand new model. So if I just show you the front here of the actual combat patrol, which leads to the question, is it limited edition, as in, is it like, that's it, this is the only place you're going to get it? Knowing Games Workshop, I don't believe that they would just make it available in this and nowhere else. But you know what? I mean, it's definitely interesting that it's a unique model either way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pretty much get, building on this thing. Let's start out with some basics. So we get number 3 and 4 out, which is the main part of the body. They do have a major habit at Games Workshop of releasing so many kind of unique Space Marines. They sell. There is no other way to put it. They sell and they sell and they sell. There is no other way to describe Space Marines. So long ago, Games Workshop, I don't know, they were just like, they released the right product at the right time all those many years ago. It caught people's imaginations. And, the rest is history. Warhammer 40k is a fantastic game. Now, there's no doubt about it, like with a lot of stuff, it takes inspiration from many places. So it takes inspiration from, things like Dune, things like Aliens, Terminator even, if you look at the Necrons. But it's still a unique setting. It's not just a kind of... it's not trying to be anything other than itself, for want of a better word. It pays homage to so many things, which is what you want, we kind of call them Easter eggs now, don't we? We like to say, well, there's Easter eggs and all this kind of thing, but I think Warhammer 40k hit a spot in my imagination, and Space Marines hit a spot in my imagination all those years ago. And, the quality of the Space Marine builds has just gone up over time. And the Primaris are just absolutely, fierce. There's no other way to put it. The extra size of them. So it's no wonder that they make so many kind of special edition models. And as I said, I like this. And, part of me was really tempted not to build this thing at all and just keep it on its sprue and basically paint it on sprue and put it in a display box. But I decided against that. But part of me kind of wants to do that. 5 and 6 now, the legs. Now, there's no doubt about it. Because you've got a different model, I would advise painting one of your sergeants, Infernus sergeants, differently from the rest. So I think it's worth practicing your skills. I've decided that I am going to make a set of videos where I'm going to paint these kind of following the actual tutorials, but I've decided on doing a full palette swap. In other words, I'm going to paint my Space Marines as a custom chapter, and I'm going to use the Tyranid paints to do that, and I'm going to use the Ultramarine paints to paint the Tyranids, with a little bit of personal play. I don't know how that's going to work as a series of videos. I don't know if it'll catch people's imaginations or what. The fact that I'm actually going to paint things pretty much one stage at a time, following pretty much how the magazine say to paint, which again for me, that's a rare thing because I do not normally paint heavier metal style. So that's a big difference for me as well. Heavier metal style is what we call Games Workshop style of painting. Well, heavy metal style, I don't know what I'm saying, heavier metal style, heavy metal style. Which is not my usual way of painting. So oddly enough, but do you know what? And I'm not an amazing painter, so maybe it's probably actually a good idea I follow a tutorial for once instead of making things up as I go along. But it means that I will be painting my models at the same rate that the magazine says. It's just I'm going to do it in an opposite palette. So, you know, I'm going to decided to go for a split scheme as well. Right, so we need number 8 out, the flamer. Yeah, so I'm going to see how that goes, and maybe everyone will be interested. You know, I just think, you know, I don't normally, like with my Stormbringer, I never kept up with the painting, and now I regret not keeping on top of my painting because I was dilly-dallying around trying to decide how to do my Storm host, and it's been so long procrastinating, I've just never properly painted them up. And I regret it now. Right, let's just double check how this goes on. Because it feels like it's kind of slightly down and back, but it shouldn't be too far down either. Yeah, like that, kind of in that position. I think the other thing is, because the way that the arms go on this, you could potentially use other arms on it. Right then, so I need number 7 and number 9 as well. This is the actual flame canister. Yeah, so I promised myself I'm going to keep on top of the painting for this one. I'm going to track my journey, track my progress, basically by painting it properly, but following the tutorials, so basically not using the wide range of other paints that I've got available. The only difference that I'm going to do is obviously I am going to, let's make sure I'm getting this on right. Yeah, it's kind of like a little nook that it goes into. Yeah, so I'm gonna do something I've never done before, which is actually stick to a tutorial and follow it exactly as I see it. More or less, except obviously I'm going to say this again, the palette swap that I want to go for. Okay. Right, now the buttons. So the one with the emblem on it, the kind of the shield on it, goes on the actual flamer arm. The one without goes over this side. No, I'm 100% convinced that I've got a spare cape around here somewhere that I'm really tempted to put on this guy, but I'll do that in a different video for converting miniatures. Right, backpack number 12. The thing is as well, I've actually got quite a lot of spare Space Marine parts in my bits box that I can use if I want to improve these in any way, like change these arm guards. The fact that these arm guards, the pauldrons, can be removed is good, because if I want to make it chapter specific, I've got some spare parts. Okay, time for head choices. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a really cool open helm, but I personally believe that a Space Marine who keeps taking his helmet off deserves to get shot through the head. There is no other way to put it. So therefore, I'm going to use the helmeted head. So, you see, my desire to actually do a bit of work on this guy is popping up now. With a bit of converting in the right place, this guy would make an awesome captain. I'm also reasonably confident as well that my custom Space Marine chapter that I'm going to make. See, I don't think I've seen the colour scheme before now, a purple cream split, but I'm probably wrong about that. I'm probably 100% certain that I'm wrong and that it's been done to death. Right, which way does this Tyrannid face? Yeah, I think it's like that. Yep, so you get it under his boot with the head facing along. Right, then this guy, oh dear, hang on, me being daft, where have I put the base? There it is. I lost the base for a second. Right, so this guy's nice and done now. I am looking at this guy though, and in my head I can just see this guy getting a pretty heroic pose. It's too bad he's got that Infernus gun, because I just think he would look absolutely amazing if I tried to convert him. You have absolutely no idea how close I am to getting the tools out and then doing a bit of work on him. I will think about it. But that is how you build our Infernus Marine Sergeant from issue number 5 of Combat Patrol. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.